Hello and welcome to the Russia visa application tutorial. To begin the Russia visa application, navigate to visa.kdmid.ru. Please note that you must use Internet Explorer 7 or above and/or Mozilla Firefox 3.6 or above to complete the application form. The Russian government, which maintains the visa application online, does not guarantee that any other browsers will work when completing the form. To begin the application form, you will need to choose the country that you are applying from. You will also need to choose your language. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click the box for "I have read this information." Then click on Complete New Application Form to begin the Russia visa form. At the top of the page, your application ID will appear. Please write this down for later use or in case you run into any problems. You will then need to choose a security question and enter the answer. After entering the answer, enter the CAPTCHA to continue. Please take care to record your application ID and security question in a safe place. If you need to edit the application, you will need the application ID, the answer to your security question, the first 5 letters of your last name, and your year of birth used on the application form. Once logged in, you will be issued a new application ID and you will need this to access edited applications. Each time an application is edited, once it is saved, a new application ID will be issued. When you submit your visa request to Travisa, please keep all the application login information handy so that changes can be made to the application. Applicants should keep this information until after their passport and visa are returned to them. Nationality assumes citizenship. If you are a U.S. citizen, choose United States. If you had USSR or Russian citizenship, please answer yes and enter the date when you immigrated from USSR. You will need to explain the reason and provide the country of immigration. As an example, you may use the following sentence: emigrated to USA from USSR with USSR passport. When asked for purpose of visit, you may have to enter the reason twice. For example, you can choose tourism for the purpose of visit section and then choose tourism again for purpose of visit. If your invitation is issued by a Russian citizen and not a company, then the purpose should be private. Please note that you should have a relevant invitation in this instance. If you're applying for a 3-year multiple entry visa, date of entry and date of departure from Russia should have 3-year duration minus 1 day. Date of departure assumes the last day you may stay in Russia. For example, if you're going to enter Russia on March 10th, 2013, date of departure should be March 9th, 2016. We will review some of the questions on the visa form that may be confusing. Please take note that your first, middle, and last name must match your passport and that all the information that is entered on your visa application should match your Russian visa invitation. If it does not match, your application will be rejected. If you have changed your name due to marriage, are known by another name, or have changed your name for any reason, then please answer the name change question. Enter your place of birth as shown in your passport. When asked for type of passport, please note that you should choose tourist, even if you're applying for a business visa. You should only choose another option if you know you do not hold a regular type of passport. This section is based entirely on your invitation. Everything should be exactly as in your invitation, regardless of purpose of visit. Travisa can get the invitation for you and email the information you need for this application. For name of host travel company, this question can be tricky as travel company is not your hotel or a U.S. company, but rather a Russian company that issued your tourist confirmation and tourist voucher. Most likely it is in Russian, so please contact your travel agent and request the company name in Russian for this information. You will also need to provide the city in Russia where the travel host company is located. If your tour company is Rodex, please enter Rodex Moscow. The reference number is a 6-digit number located in the tourist confirmation in Russian. It usually begins with MBT and is located inside the address of the host company. If your tour company is Rodex, please enter 001428. The confirmation number is usually on top of your tourist voucher, and sometimes it may contain dashes, letters, or long numbers, but you must enter numbers only, ignoring excessive symbols. Itinerary is a question regarding the city where your hotel in Russia is located, and if your invitation has other cities, please enter them according to your invitation. Please note, Moscow Reg is not Moscow City, but a separate area, and if your hotel is in Moscow, please enter Moscow. When asked who will pay for your trip and stay in Russia, if you're applying for yourself, enter myself into the field. For the name, address, and phone of a person or hotel in Russia that you plan to stay with, if you're applying for tourism, please provide the exact name of the hotel and full address, including city, street, and building, as in your tourist confirmation. If you do not know the phone number in Russia, please search the internet or contact the hotel to get it. Please note, it is very important that all this information should literally match your invitation. Otherwise, your application will be rejected. If you're applying for a 3-year business or homestay visa, your address in Russia should be exactly the same as in your invitation. If you answered yes to the question, have you ever been arrested or convicted for any offense? You need to provide a separate signed statement addressed to the Russian embassy in the USA, explaining the circumstances of what occurred and when. If you have ever been issued a Russian visa and you answer yes, then you must also include when and where the visa was issued. If you applied for a Russian visa in the US, you may write USA as a place of issuance. If you applied in Germany, then write Germany. When completing the application, it asks, list all countries you have visited in the last 10 years and indicate the date of visit. If you do not remember the exact date, please choose unknown for month and 00 for day, but the year is a must. One of the following questions is, please list all countries which have ever issued you a passport. But the question requires that you list any country that has ever issued you a passport. Meaning, if you have any passport, that you must list the country from where it was issued in this field. An example is USA if you carry a US passport. If you had a USSR passport, then you need to add without citizenship to US passport. While these questions are straightforward, please make sure you enter full address. That includes street, unit, number, city, state, and zip code for your permanent address and employer's address. Please note that permanent address should be a U.S. address if you apply in the USA. For employer's address, it cannot be a Russian address since you're applying for a Russian visa in the USA. When asked to select the location where you will be applying for your visa, you must choose Visa Application Center, ILS, and your location. When asked for your appointment date, please enter the date that your documents should be received in the office at Travisa. Please click Next after that. When you arrive at the review page, slowly scroll through all your answers and make sure there are no mistakes to correct. At the bottom of the page, click on Save. You will then have the opportunity to print your Russian visa application form by clicking on Print Letter and saving the PDF to your computer. From here, you can print multiple copies. Please make sure you sign the second page. You may also return within 30 days of completion of your Russian visa application to reprint, edit, and review. Just navigate to visa.kdmid.ru. At the bottom, click on Open Previously Completed Application. On the next page, it will ask for your application ID. Enter in your ID and click on Retrieve. You will then be asked for the last 5 letters of your surname, year of birth, and your security question. Click on View Summary to review. To edit, click on Get New Draft ID. You will be redirected to a new page with a new application ID that replaces your old application ID. Record your new application ID. Then click Next. You will be redirected to the beginning of your application where you can begin to make changes. When you arrive at the review page, slowly scroll through all your answers and make sure there are no mistakes to correct. At the bottom of the page, click on Save. You will then have the opportunity to print your Russian visa application form by clicking on Print Letter and saving the PDF to your computer. From here, you can print multiple copies. This concludes our tutorial on the Russian visa application. Thank you for viewing.